Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about some errors, some of my favorite errors. This is a re-upload of some prior videos that I made that the audio wasn't working. So if you saw some videos where you couldn't hear me, this is a re-upload of those. If you were able to hear me in those videos, you can skip this if you want because you probably saw these already. Let's dive right into it. By the way, this is going to be like a two-part video because I got a bunch of them. So let's get started. Number one is the star cards. I'm not 100% sure what year this is. It was about when Jose Canseco was a rookie. So we're going to say in the 86, 87 range. Shows Jose Canseco there. A young Jose Canseco with his name misspelt. And this one always makes me laugh because it's like, who would ever misspell Jose Canseco's name, especially around that time period? Well, he was still a young guy at the time, I guess. Give him a little bit of credit. He was still new, so... And I don't know if they ever fix that one. There's no number on the card. We're going to step forward here to some Upper Deck cards. So this is the 90 Upper Deck set number 597. Here's Andy McGaffigan. He's winding up to pitch. He's kind of got that creeper mustache there. But it's not him. Here's the real Andy McGaffigan. Please stand up. And looking straight on, that's the corrected one. So they did correct that one. The error is worth $2. Corrected worth is worth about a dime. So nothing too exciting there. You can pick those up for pretty cheap. Next one is a Mickey Weston, number 683, also of the 90 Upper Deck set. And it actually, this one's funny because it says Jamie Weston on the front. And I'm not sure if he went by Jamie, if that was his nickname, his middle name, or what. But that was the error. They corrected that by putting on Mickey Weston, as it should be. That one, the error is again worth $2. Corrected is worth a dime. Next one, Jeff Enos, also from that 90 Upper Deck set. Number 562. And with this one here, it has... the wrong guy. David West is pictured on the front of the card there. And here's the corrected Jeff Enos. So, man, I've said this before. It's like the worst thing you can do on a player's card is put the wrong player. Imagine being that guy buying your own card and seeing someone else on the card. That's a horrible mistake. But Upper Deck was good at making those corrections. So here we got a Scott Gereltz. This is number 478 of the 90 Upper Deck set also. So same set. There he is. He's got that stubble going on there. And very much of the early 90s hairstyle. But it's not him. That is a Bill Bathe is his name. Well, they corrected that one as well. And here's the real Scott Gereltz. All right. Next one. Brett Saberhagen. Number 195. Now, this one's really funny. So this is from the 90 score set. Not a very good set. Something that's super cheap still out there today in that junk wax era set. It says here, on top of that, he is the Royals' leading practical joke. Well, he's not a joke, okay? It was a practical joker. Apparently likes to play a lot of jokes on people. That one... That was a mistake. So they did correct that one. The error is worth 10 cents. The corrected one is worth 50 cents. I don't have the corrected one, so the corrected is actually a little more rare. As you can see, it's worth a little bit more. So let's move on here. That Jeff Enos and Scott Gereltz before that are worth $2 on the error as well. So kind of a running theme on the Upper Deck. All right, back to score though. Milt Coiler. So this is card number 561, also from that 1990 set. So here he is sliding in to some base. All right, so on the back here, it says in 1989, and this is like minor league stats, he played in London, and he played 998 games. Well, that's a mistake. It should be 98 games. He didn't play 998. That'd be like several games a day. I mean, that would be pretty impressive, but that was a mistake. And did they correct that one? They did. So the corrected one is worth 50 cents. The error is only worth a dime. So the corrected, again, is actually harder to get. All right, Ryne Sandberg. This one's cool. Okay, so I love when they make multiple errors on cards. And this Ryne Sandberg of the 90 set, number 561, had a couple issues going on here. They had two errors. Well, it's two versions of the card, but they were both errors. This was really cool. So here is the card here. He's standing there fielding. He is a second baseman, but the position is blank. It should say 2B right there. Well, they they did actually come back and correct that. The error is worth $8. Now, for being a junk wax card, that is pretty impressive. Worth $8 on that one. But here is the funny thing. They came back and corrected that by putting in the little error, or the position there where it says 2B. Wait a second, it says 3B. So they put him as the third baseman, who was actually a second baseman. So kind of a funny one where they corrected it but didn't do it correctly. Now the corrected version is worth 25 cents. But what is the corrected version? So I'm not actually sure which one is which there. I think the missing one is worth $8, and the one with the 3B is worth a quarter. So just a weird one, and I could be backwards on that, but either way, there's a couple variations. Both of them are incorrect. So I like that one. Let's talk about some Fleer. We're going to switch gears a little bit and go to Fleer, the 89 set. Now, this is a cool set that I've definitely made a few videos on, just because there's a lot of errors in the set. And we like talking about this one because there's a Billy Ripken one and some other cool ones. So Manny Trio, number 440. Now on the back where it says that he bats right and throws right, it actually says bats right and throws rig, R-I-G. Well, it says R-I-G ... So when they typed it in the computer, whatever, it just automatically cut off the last part of right. Well, they came back and corrected that, so it says throws right. And error is worth $2. Corrected is worth a nickel. Now this one's cool. This next one here. This is the Jeff Treadway error 173. If you're going through the numbers on the Beckett there, this one stands out as being a really expensive card. Not the most expensive one in the set because of the Billy Ripken, but the second most expensive. Number 173, Jeff Treadway. Now this one's just weird. Okay, so right above his head on the error, there is a blue target. Like a crosshairs of a target. And I guess that was part of the editing process. Well, that made it on the card, and that one's really valuable. I mean, for being a junk wax card, it's worth $25. They came back and corrected that pretty early on, and it's worth a nickel for the corrected version there. But man, if you got that little blue crosshair right above his head, that's a cool card to hang on to. So I like that one. Now, this next one here is the Mike Heath and Tom Brookens error, card number 130 and 132. Now, this one's kind of unique because these are some wrong backs where they swapped them. So Mike Heath here has Tom Brookens back to the card, and Tom Brookens has Mike Heath's back to the card. They switched the backs. Now, normally a wrong back card is just a strange anomaly that happens, and they don't command any real kind of premium. This is kind of an exception because this is one where they swapped them on a lot of them. So you could pick these up pretty easily. So they did correct that. The error version of each is worth 75 cents. The corrected version of each is worth 5 cents. So even at 75 cents, it's not really that big of a deal. They're real easy to pick up on eBay, but that was the only mass-produced wrong backs that I know of. So kind of a cool one there. All right, we're going to go back in time and talk about Mr. Fernando Valenzuela. Mexican pitcher, did really good with the Dodgers. He was the first ever Cy Young winner as a rookie. So kind of a cool fact about him. Card number 140 of the 1981 Fleer set has him listed as his name as Fernando Valenzuela. So they left the O off his first name. They never corrected that one. I thought that was interesting that they wouldn't correct that. That was a set that was really error-ridden. And why they didn't correct that, I don't really know. So it's worth $5 because it's an error, not because it's or $5 because it's a rookie card, not necessarily because it's an error. So anyway, Andy Van Slyke. This one's kind of cool because they got the bats left, throws right error on this one, just like they do on another one of his cards. So this is the 84 Fleer, Andy Van Slyke, number 339. It says he bats right and throws left. It's the other way around. All right, put on your sunglasses. This is an ugly one here. So remember the 91 Fleer? Well, I know we want to put this set behind us. It is an ugly, ugly set. I think it's the ugliest set ever. 91 Fleer, Ken Griffey Jr., number 450. So cool guy, ugly card. On the back in the narrative, it says, in 1990, Griffey Jr. would blossom and bat around 300. So that's not really that big of an issue, but they decided that they couldn't put around in there to be a reliable card with stats. They took that out. So he in fact did bat 300. So they said he would blossom and bat 300. So they took the around out of there. I don't think they needed to do that. The error is worth $1.25. The corrected is worth 60 cents. I think it's important to notice this set is so horrible that $1.25 is tied with the most expensive card in the entire set. So this yellow abomination, don't run out and buy them. Ugh, they're horrible. Guys, that's all I got for this one here. We're going to come out with a part 2, so I hope you're tuning in again. Guys, this is some fun cards I really like to put up there for you guys to see, and there's definitely more error cards coming your way. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope the audio is working better this time. And I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there and not getting sick. And we'll see you next time.